Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, we'll be discussing how to convert a given decimal number to a binary number. Let me quickly take some input and output. If I take the input value as 4, the output should be the value as 100. It is 2 power 0, it is 2 power 1, and it is 2 power 2. So 2 power 2 we have the value 1. So 2 power 2 into 1, the value would be 4. So we got the output. So similarly, if I just take the value, in place of for the value 10, the output should be 1010. This could be 2 power 0, it is 2 power 1, and it is 2 power 3. 2 power 3 is 8, and 8 plus 2, the value would be 10. So before getting into the solution, let's comment this out. Alright, the first step here would be scanning an integer value from the given user. So let's take a variable called num, initialize with the value int of input, the value scanned by the user. After this, what the thing we need to do is, we could simply iterate a loop until our number is greater than 0. Each and every time we need to print the given number modulus 2. Like for example, if I just print num modulus 2 just by giving nd equals to double quotes open and close, this would print our print statement in a single line. And after this step, we need to divide our given number with the value 2. Initially, if I just take the value of number as a value 10, so 10 is greater than 0 here, we would print the value 10 modulus 2. The value would be 0. And when you divide the number by 2, the given number would be updated to the value 5. So again, 5 greater than 0, 5 modulus to the value would be 1 as it is a odd number. So 5 by 2, again the number would be updated to the value 2. So 2 greater than 0, again 2 modulus to the value would be 0. Again 2 by 2, if you divide the number 2, the value would be 1. Again the 1 value greater than 0. So if we print simply 1 modulus 2, the value would be 1. And at last, if we divide the number 1 by 2, the value would be 0. Then if we observe 0 greater than 0 condition is failed, so we skip the while loop. Until now, if we observe, we are printing something called 0101 all the time. So if you observe, this is exactly the reverse of our output. So for this thing, we could use the help of other data type like string or list. For our code, let me just take something called list here, as well as a string str1. We have an empty string initialized with single quotes opening and close and an empty list. All right. So each and every time what I was trying to do is I'll be appending the value of number modulus to my given list. So each and every time the first 0 would be appended, next 1, next 0, and next the 1 will be appended. So now let me comment this step here. So after this, what I'll be doing is I'll be iterating my given list from last to first. So we are not sure how many times we need to iterate. So each and every time would also simply increment the count value by 1. Before that, let me initialize a variable called count initialized to 0. So now for example, we are iterating this 4 times. So my count value would be 4. So now I could start from the index for I in range, the index would be the value count. So count is a value 4, but when you take the list elements, we have only 4 elements. The last index would be the value 3. So we need to have count minus 1 here, and the starting index would be minus 1, and each and every time you decrement the loop by minus 1. So here what you will be doing is, so simply add that particular value which is present in the given list for the given string. So if we just keep on adding the list one of I to it, it will be throwing an error. Why? Because str1 is a variable of string type and list one of I is a variable of integer type. So if you can't add the value of an integer to a string. So we need to convert this particular value to a string, and we need to add to the string variable. So after this, simply printing the value of str1 would simply give us the value. Let me run the code by giving the value as 10. We are getting the output as 1010. Let me comment this step out and let me add this as a comment. Now my output would be in the reverse format. The output would be 0101, right? So that's the thing. We can comment this out and we can let this uncomment. Also, if you want, we could directly take a string and each and every time you could append the value number modulus to by converting to a string value and appending to str1, and at last it could reverse the string and could also print the value. This method also would work, but instead of writing this while loop as well as the other loop for printing the value, there is easy approach by using the concept of recursion. Now, after this step, if you observe, our number value is 0. So what could I do is, let me store my number value in a temporary variable before that, and I make changes in this particular loop with the temporary value. At each and every place, just replace with the value temporary. So all right, now our number value remains the same. So after this or before this, let me write a function def decimal to binary, and you pass some value to it as a parameter. I could say it as a number. So before calling this function, we need to first call this function. So let me call the function here decimal to binary by passing the value of number. So you call this function. I don't want something to be returned from this function, but I want something to be printed in that function itself. So let me just call this function now. So we pass the value of the number as a value 10 to this function. So 10 would be the value here. And here let me write few steps. If my number value is greater than 0, I could print the value of number modulus 2. Before printing the value, it would try to call this function again, which would be a recursive call, binary, and you pass the value of number by 2 here. There is a similar sort of example already discussed in my previous video of recursion in detail. You could watch the video by clicking on the I button on the top right corner. So now let's come back to the program. So this could be the other easiest approach here by using the concept of recursion. Now let me save my code and let me run the code by giving the value 10. Now if you observe, you're getting the same output 1010. Here also the output is 1010, but it is in different lines. So just add end equals to double quotes open and close. So it could print all the values in a given single line. So just give the same value 10 again. Oops, we got somewhere wrong. Sorry, we should not print it here. We need to print it here. All right. Now let us run the code with the same input. All right. So 1010 followed by 1010, we're getting the output. Let us try to run for some other programs as well, some other numbers as well. Like if I give the value 5, the output should be 101. Yes, we are getting the output is 101. So this is the advantage of recursion. Instead of writing this while loop and iterating from the last value to the first value and adding that value to a string value and printing that value, here if you observe, taking an extra list, an extra variable called string, an extra count variable, again two different loops. So instead of using all this stuff, directly could use the concept of recursion, which could make our code simpler and easier to write. So thank you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our video.